yourself yet, please go ahead and mute yourself. It's way easier for you to do it than to me on this little iPad, right? So taking a moment and finding your comfortable seated position. And what I noticed as I was getting ready for this chakra, that I have lots of blue stuff. So that could be a good thing, that my throat chakra is balanced. Or maybe my throat chakra always is a little imbalanced and I need that blue around me. Who knows, right? We're starting, let's see. We're starting with the mudra. The mudra is Kranchita mudra. And we're interlacing the fingers, right? But then we're letting the index finger and the thumbs come together like this, right? Now, Granti means knot, so it's the knot mudra. Have a falling out breath here for a moment. Settle into your seat. Granchita mudra. This is for opening, communication, truth, expression, and independence. Checking in with the breath. So today we're talking about the fifth chakra, the Vishuddha chakra. It means the pure place. The lotus flower associated with this chakra has 16 petals. It's all about sound and attune. The element is ether and space. The color is sky blue. And the seed mantra, the universal sound vibration, is hum. Hum, H-A-M, hum. We're working the throat, the tongue, the mouth, ears, neck, shoulders, arms, hands. At the base of your throat, the thyroid, the collarbones. Now, I know some of us might not have the thyroid anymore, but at one point it was there, so energetically it's still there, right? So if you're like, wait, I don't have a thyroid, you can still really work that energetically. I'm going to start with some pranayama, some ujjayi breath as we hold our mudra. Inhaling, exhaling slowly through the nose. And when you're ready for your ujjayi breath, your victorious breath, your ocean breath, you constrict the back of the throat right before you exhale, and the exhale becomes audible. Continue here with your ujjayi breath. And of course, we're using ujjayi breath when our practice and or life gets a little challenging, right? Continue with your ujjayi breath. Today, because I have a student here, I'm going to turn on some music and we'll see how that goes. I hope it doesn't interfere with the music that you might be playing. Three more rounds of ujjayi breath. And letting your breath return to normal. Bringing your awareness back to that knot mudra, Kranchita mudra. Releasing the mudra and shaking your hands out, since it's all about arms today. Let's shake the arms all the way up and all the way down. All the way up, all the way down. Then float the left arm out in front of you. We're going to do some tapping. We're going to just take the right hand and tap up and down the arm to wake up the arm almost, right? Like energetically anyways. Then do the other side. And then maybe extend the legs and tap the legs. Give some love to the knees. Don't be too hard, right? Don't do it too hard. I did this with the grandkids yesterday, and they were like, bang, bang. So don't be too hard. And then finding your seat again and just taking your dominant hand, the two fingers of your dominant hand, and tap at the thymus gland here to just strengthen the immune system a little bit. You could even go up to the thyroid right there by the collarbones. Here you can think sky blue and this sound vibration of hum. Now as you do this, we're using our first affirmation, and it's, my voice is heard. My voice is heard. My voice is heard. Two more breaths. And then release the hand down. Roll the shoulders a little bit. Remember, it's all about the shoulders today. So shrug the shoulders up towards the ears and hold. And then release the shoulders down and pull the shoulders back like you're holding a pencil between your shoulder blades. And come back through center and press the shoulders way down like Kathy's doing a handstand on my shoulders, right? And then relax, do some shoulder rolls. Inhale fully. As you exhale, turn your head over to the left. Greet this side of yourself. My voice is heard. Inhale back through center. Exhale other side. My voice is heard. Come back through center. Exhale, reach your chin up towards the sky. Feel the stretch in the throat, right? Think sky blue. Think about your thyroid, your collarbones. Right here, the Vishuddha chakra, right? Throat chakra. Come back through center. Then as you exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Sigh the breath out. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, left ear down towards the left shoulder. Left hand comes on top of the head, but there's no weight in the hand. Let the elbow come in line with the torso. Maybe you're hanging out here, or right arm lifts out to the side. How high? That's up to you. Turn your palm up, wiggle fingers. My voice is heard. Slowly float the arms down. Do some yummy shoulder rolls. Then we're going to set up for the other side. So sitting nice and tall. Inhale fully. Exhale. Right ear down towards the right shoulder. Right hand comes on top of the head. No weight, right? And then pull the elbow in line with the torso. Maybe you're staying here. Perhaps the left arm floats up and the palm can turn up. Fingers can wiggle. Breathe. My voice is heard. And release both arms down. Bring the hands to the kneecaps. Exhale, cat, seated cat. Draw the navel in, round. Nice and slow, right? Then open into your neutral spine and or cow and bird. I have a hard time talking this morning. Another joke from the universe, right? About my throat chakra, since it's all about communication. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, a little bit deeper, what this chakra is all about, right? So a couple more rounds, cats and cows right here before we're going to do more arm work. So the next time you come through center, stay here, do some shoulder rolls. If you're sitting cross-legged, go ahead and switch to cross of your legs if that's available, right? And then we're going to float both arms out in front of us, loosey-goosey wrists, right? And float the arms down. Float the arms up, maybe going higher. Float the arms down. 3 more times, just like that. Floating up, floating down. So the next affirmation as you move here, just lifting the arms, is I claim and honor my true voice. I claim and honor my true voice. We're adding on to this. So the next time the arms float up, bring the arms alongside the ears if that's available. Turn your palms in and then pull it open into cactus. As you pull it open into cactus, turn your head over to one side. Check with your elbow shoulder alignment. Maybe smile, right? As you say, I claim and honor my true voice. Then inhale, come back up. Exhale, the arms out in front of you. Inhale, float the arms up. Pull it open into cactus. Turn your head to the opposite side. I claim and honor my true voice. Then come back up. Do a couple more here. I'm opting out on this one, right? So just float the arms up, pull it open into cactus, turn your head. I claim and honor my true voice. Now the next time you open into cactus, just keep the head in center and pause. And this next one we've done a million times in class, so you will recognize it. So here first, kind of check in with elbows, shoulders, maybe wiggling fingers and or toes. See if your jaw is relaxed, your tongue in your mouth, your eyes. As you exhale, squeeze the forearms together, turn the palms towards the face, right? Make sure that your elbows are shoulder high, and then just lift with your next inhale. Lift up just a little bit so you can feel it in your triceps. Keep the forearms pressing together. So what some of you usually do is this, right, where the arms separate. So if you catch yourself doing that, squeeze the arms together, lift up, lower shoulder high, and then open back up. Do 3 more just like that. Again, I'm opting out. I'm counting on Kathy to kind of go through this motion, but we'll see what she does, right? I claim and honor my true voice. The next time you open into cactus, pause. Maybe you need to roll the shoulders a little bit. You're just arriving in cactus. We're going to do temple pose here. So left palm turns down, right? And you're lifting through the elbow. And you just notice what's happening in shoulders, neck, head. Then bring that left palm back up. Other side. So if you have shoulder issues like I do, you need to maybe get there a different way, and that's okay. I claim and honor my true voice. Bring the right palm back up. Reach the arms up overhead. Claim your space for a moment. Bring the hands behind you. Do a little stargazer's variation as you reach your gaze up here. Think about sky blue there at the throat chakra, right there by the collarbones, right? I claim and honor my true voice. And then come back through center and bring the arms out and up in the V shape. But let the arms reach up, but still don't be locked, right? So a little loosey-goosey arms here. We're going to make soft fists, except for the thumb. The thumb is sticking out. And then we're just going to wiggle and flick our wrists. This is a little Kriya. And Kriyas are really awesome for the throat chakra because it's all about movement and vibration in the throat chakra, right? So we're just going to flick our thumbs, and I know what you're going to say. Well, no, because I'm the only one with flags down here, right? But maybe the flags are waving at you. This is what we're working right now. So we're sitting nice and tall, and we're just flicking our thumbs, and hopefully we're using Ujjayi breath or chanting hum in our mind. And see how long we want to do this, right? So at first it's really easy and you're like, okay, I can do this all day. But can we? I claim and honor my true voice. So notice when it gets a little rigid and you're like, wow, wait, I need to make some changes. Then pause and get loose again, right? Just flicking the thumbs. This is from Kundalini Yoga, it's a Kriya. And then pause, uncurl the fingers, reach up, let your gaze come up. And then exhale, claim your space again and bring the hands behind you into a stargazer's variation. I claim and honor my true voice. And come through center, extend the legs, maybe moan and groan, right? So the legs are a little neglected today with the throat chakra, so if you want to work the legs more, whenever we do standing poses, you can do chairs, horse stands, so that's up to you, right? We're going to transition onto all fours into table. And I would say if you have knee issues, please have some padding of some sort. And Kathy, if I need to bring you some padding, please let me know. All right, start with cats and cows. Oh, this is the part where I think I need to take this off. Cats and cows, exhale, cat, inhale, cow. We're going to the next affirmation, and the next affirmation is, I am balanced in speaking and listening. So find your table position, slide the right leg long behind you, tuck the toes, runner stretch. Then you can do the other side. And then from here, we're going to go into a little mini sun salute. Maybe you've done this before. We're going to walk the hands up towards the knees, and this is why you need the padding here, right? We're coming up like we're coming into a camel prep, right? When you inhale, the arms out and up. Exhale, claim your space. Inhale, arms out and up. Interlace the fingers into steeple reach. Exhale, over to one side. Half moon. Back through center. Exhale, other side. Half moon. Back through center. Separate the arms, look up, go into your back bend. Exhale, bring the hands into table. Here your choices are cat, cow, wag the tail, or maybe you're doing runner stretch and or down dog. And after about 3 to 5 rounds of breath in down dog or whatever you're doing, we're doing another one of those mini sun salutes. We're going to do 3 to 4 of them, right? If you have knee issues and you're like, Ursula, this is not going to work for me, then of course you're doing half sun salutes, right? Let's see, where were we? I am balanced in speaking and listening. I am balanced in speaking and listening. When you come up onto your knees, you claim your space, then you make your way in half moon. Whether you need to modify it or not, that's up to you. You could also do this in a chair, right? Then you go back into your vinyasa. So do 3 more here on your own, right? Whatever you need to do to warm up a little bit. Even do a half sunbird. I am balanced in speaking and listening. Beautiful. I am balanced in speaking and listening. So going into our last round here of mini sun salutes. Kathy doesn't know it yet, but she in a moment will go into hare pose if she's willing. And if she's not willing, I talk you through, no big deal, right? I am balanced in speaking and listening. So after this mini sun salute, make your way into a child's pose and or puppy pose, right? So the hare pose, and you're probably like, Ursula, we never done the hare pose. Well, if you have neck stuff going on, especially cervical like I have right now, don't do hare pose and or don't do headstand. That's what it's all about today, right? This area right here. So be really mindful. You could stay in a child's pose and come up and come back into child. But in hare pose, you kind of pull the hands underneath the shoulders and you come onto the crown of the head, right? And this is stage 1. And then you kind of rock back and forth on the crown of the head. So not the forehead, but the crown of the head. And if you're like, oh, this feels good, I feel a nice stretch here on the back of my neck, then you could reach your hands back to the ankles and touch ankles and or heels. I don't know if that's available to Kathy this morning, right? But, and here again, this is a pose, you either really love it or you really don't, right? So hare pose, we would just rock back and forth on the crown of the head if we do not have any spine issues, right? I am balanced in speaking and listening. And then from here, slowly pull the hands back underneath the shoulders. Do a vinyasa of choice here because we're going into threading the needle in just a moment. And if you're like, oh, my vinyasa is threading the needle, you could go there, but we're going to do it statically today if it's available. I am balanced in speaking and listening. Okay, so going into threading the needle, right? We're coming up into table. We're sliding the left arm forward and then turn the right palm up and slide the right arm underneath the left. Let the right shoulder come down to the floor, right? So your arm comes over here, yeah. And if you can bring the right shoulder down to the floor, wonderful. If not, use a pillow, bolster, block, what have you, right? So the back of the right hand is pressing down into the floor. The left arm could reach forward, like up. Yep, there you go, right? Now, some of you are like, oh, I want a little bit more. Then shift your weight over into the right side of the body. Extend the left leg long, tap the toes, right? And then still somewhat more. And only if you're on that right shoulder. And you lift the left leg and you bring the left arm up into the sky and maybe you balance, right? Maybe. The affirmation that we're going to use here is, I use my voice kindly and thoughtfully. I use my voice kindly and thoughtfully. Wonderful. And remember, always tuck and roll if you're falling, right? Tuck and roll. Whenever you need to come down, come on down. Do a vinyasa of choice, right? I use my voice kindly and thoughtfully. So while Kathy, and I'm going to get her started, and I don't know if you can even see her, so listen to what I'm saying to you. I'm going to give you the instruction for the other side first, and then some of you that have shoulder issues like I do, I'm going to give you a different version of this, right? So you're coming back into table, you slide the right hand forward, turn the left palm up, slide the left arm underneath the right, come onto that shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, maybe stay here or find a prop. You could then shift your weight over into the left leg or left body, right? Left side of the body, and then extend the right leg long. And then do you want to lift the right leg? Do you want to bring the right arm up into the sky, right? So play with this for a moment. If you're like, Ursula, doesn't work for me, right? You could just bring one arm across the chest. Now, we don't want to twist, right? We're just bringing the arm across and then we're going to hug it in. So you could do this version, right? There's always a way. And then do both sides of this, right? Continue here with whatever is right for you. I use my voice kindly and thoughtfully. And then slowly making your way out when you're ready. Pressing up onto all fours as you pull the hands underneath the shoulders. What do you want to do? Cat's cow, sunbird, maybe a down dog. Maybe nothing, right? Maybe you want to just rest. I use my voice kindly and thoughtfully. So from here, from your vinyasa, we're going to walk the hands back to the knees and sit either on the heels and or between the legs, right? So if your knees are saying, nope, I can't sit in Vajrasana or Virasana, you sit any way you like, right? I'm going to be standing, but so we're trying to kind of stretch the knees, the quads a little bit, find a nice tall spine. Maybe if you have a bolster, use a bolster underneath your buttocks. We're going to inhale the arms out and up, and exhale, claim the space. Now bring your arms out in front, and float the arms up, and float the arms down. Now float the arms up, and open into cactus. Inhale back up, but this time, tap the crown of your head. Elbows are reaching out to the side, shoulders stay relaxed. Come back up, float the arms out in front. Let's do one more round, right? Float the arms up, cactus. You can even do jazz hands or royal wave, whatever brings you joy. You come back up and you tap. You come back up and you lower your arms down. Let's do one more round. If you're still comfortable in your Vajrasana or Virasana, right? If not, do any other movement that works for you. The next affirmation, isn't it interesting that now I'm kind of losing my voice, right, with this next affirmation. Now listen up. I speak my truth with confidence. Universe is funny. I speak my truth with confidence. After the next round, slowly make your way into a table. Maybe do a runner's stretch by extending one leg long, right? Switch it up. Maybe you're going into a down dog. I speak my truth with confidence. So once you come into a down dog, I would really like for you to play with plank for a moment. So could you shift forward in this everything line up? Wrists, shoulders, right? Are you pressing through the heels? Is your gaze forward, shoulder blades pulled down the back as you come into your plank? You don't have to hold forever, right? When you're ready, come back into your down dog and go into a vinyasa or lower the knees down and exhale into child's pose. I'm going to do 3 of them, right? And I know for those of you who've been working on plank, hold your plank, right? I speak my truth with confidence. I want to see what y'all doing. I know some of you have the screen on, which is wonderful. Yay. Yes. Good. Beautiful. I speak my truth with confidence. I need you guys. Yes, there you go. So noticing as you shift forward into plank, right? How do you feel? And believe it or not, with the condition that I have going on in my cervical right now, plank is the #1 pose that they say I should do, whether it's a wall plank or on the floor, right? So it's important for us. But by all means, if you're like, oh, I need to come out, come on down, rest for a moment, sigh a breath out, breathe in, breathe out. We're making our way slowly in a standing position. So if you're coming through down dog, make your way through down dog into Uttanasana your way. If you're coming up any other way, find your way into Uttanasana. You could have hands on blocks to take a little bit of weight out of the shoulders, right? Nodding the head, yes. Shaking the head, no. And slowly tuck the chin and come rolling up. Come all the way up with your arms, go into a back bend, claim your space, and come back through center. Now, we're going to bring the hands to the thighs, and you can bend your legs a little bit because we're going to do 5 rounds of lion's breath, Simhasana, right? So here, soft stance, right? And just to show you what it's going to be like, I know you all know this one and you probably don't want to do it, but have fun with it, right? So here, we're going to inhale and kind of tuck the chin a little bit and lengthen. And then as you exhale, you stick your tongue out, raise your eyebrows, and roar like a lion. I'm going to do 5 of them, right? Give yourself permission to just play. So here we go, 5 of them in your own time. Wasn't counting, so we're going to do one more. And coming all the way up, closing the eyes down for a moment and just feeling the energy shift, right? Letting go of that stale energy and the activation here in the throat as you roar like a lion, right? Maybe, or just fun. All right, we're going into standing cobra, right? Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, claim your space, bring the hands behind you. Option 1, hands come to the low back. Option 2, you're holding your own hand. Option 3, opposite wrists, forearms, elbows, or maybe a reverse namaste, a reverse prayer position. Press the pubic bone forward, right? Reach your gaze up. Stay here, breathe. And say to yourself, I speak my truth with confidence. We're still there, right? Breathing in, breathing out. Come back through center, release the arms and shake them all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. All right, we're going to go into King Dancer. You can do King Dancer with a chair, with the wall, or without anything. Right, we'll see how it goes. So find your mountain pose right here. Find your drishti, your focal point, shift your weight over into the right leg. Lift the left knee hip high perhaps. If you're holding on, stay here and just bring the left arm up, right? Or right arm, doesn't matter, either arm. Now, next step would be bring the left heel to the buttocks, towards the buttocks, reach around with the left hand and see if you can grab hold of ankle and or foot. Right arm comes up into the sky. If you can't grab hold of anything and you have a strap, you can use a strap. You could also rest that left foot on a chair or on a couch or press it into the wall, right? And then your drishti is forward and you come forward and your gaze is over that right hand, right? King Dancer. Do what's right for you here. Let's see. I express myself honestly and authentically. I express myself honestly and authentically. Don't take it too seriously, right? So smile. Slowly come out when you need to. Claim your space, right? So, okay. Inhale, arms out and up. Back bend. Your gaze comes up. Come back through center and then come back into your standing cobra. Your version of this, right? What are you holding on to? How much can you open in the chest to heart? What's going on here at the thyroid, the throat? Are you thinking sky blue? Maybe you're thinking hum, right? I express myself honestly and authentically. Kathy is jumping to the other side, but that's okay. So when you're ready, right, you come out of your standing cobra and you make your way into your king dancer on the other side. So mountain pose first. Shift your weight over into the left leg. Lift your right knee. Maybe, if you're wobbly, hold on somewhere, right? Lift the right knee, bring the right heel towards the buttocks, reach around with that right hand. What can you grab your hold of, right? Maybe pant leg, maybe socks. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna wear socks today. Left arm comes up, knees come together if that's available. Right foot presses up into the right hand as you come forward into your king dancer, right? We want the spine nice and long. Breathe here. Don't get wobbly. I express myself honestly and authentically. And then slowly make your way out. Claim your space. So here's one of those moments where I said you could come into horse stance, or if you wanted to work the legs, right? So opening our stance, turn the feet out to the side, and then come into your horse stance. Bend your legs. If this is not a good option for you, your legs are straight, right? We're going back into our flow. Float the arms up, float the arms down as option one. You could come in and out with your legs if you wanted to. And then we're going to lift the arms up and pull it into cactus. So you can hold standing goddess pose and or flow in and out, right? The next time you come into standing goddess pose, pause. Then just bring the elbows in front of the shoulders. Now, if you have a block or a ball that you can squeeze, you could have that in your hand. I'm going to do it without anything, right? Now, inhale, straighten your legs and bring the elbows up, right? Keep the elbows or the upper arms parallel to one another, right? And bring the hands and or block and ball behind you. Then we're going to come back up and pulling into goal pose and bending our legs again, right? So straighten your legs, bring the elbows up towards the sky. Check with your upper arms. Are they parallel to one another, or are you flaring out? Usually you guys are doing this thing, myself included, right? Keep the elbows pointing forward. Hands or block or ball come behind you. Then you're going to bring those arms back up and exhale. Bend your legs and pull it into goal pose. 2 more. At your own pace. And if you're adding a different movement to this, so be it. Go have fun with this one. 2 more times. Right? So emphasis is right here. Again, our little flags, our triceps. Right? I express myself honestly and authentically. Breathe in, breathe out. time, you lower the elbows into bow pose. Kind of just release the arms down, straighten your legs and heel toe the feet together. Maybe shake arms out, right? Because we're getting ready to vinyasa down. So you can use any vinyasa, maybe half sun salute, right? Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, come forward. Making your way onto your buttocks eventually, but take your time, right? So taking a moment here, getting your props, maybe a chair, especially if you know that in Upavista Konasana, in this wide-legged forward fold, if you're staying upright, pretty much like I am, have a chair out in front of you and rest your forearms there, right? You could also have your blocks or anything else that you have available. So come into your Dandasana staff pose first, move some flesh away from the sits bones. Look at your legs as you open the legs, right? And flex your feet, give the knees some love. All right, so if this is challenging for you just to sit tall, I would say bring the hands behind you, fingertips on fingertips, right? Roll the shoulders back and reach your gaze up. This is option 1. Option 2, hands come to the legs, right? And you offer your chest, your heart forward. Option 3, this is easy for you and you're like, yes, I'm gonna bring my arms out and up. Exhale, you come forward. Some of you can bring chest and forehead to the floor, others need to use blocks, right? Close your eyes here and just be for a moment. The affirmation we're going to use here is one of my favorites. My truth is love. My truth is love. So offer that heart, that chest forward, right? My truth is love. My truth is love. Now to come out safely, you need to bring awareness back to your core, to your legs, engage them, right? Come either walk the hands back and bring the torso up or reach through fingertips and inhale all the way up. Exhale, claim your space. Bring the hands behind you. Maybe bring the legs a little bit closer together and decide if you want to do a stargazer's variation here and or reverse plank or reverse table, right? That's up to you. My truth is love. From here, we're going to come back up, shake the legs out, and coming into a side or reclined Buddha, we call it, right? Some teachers call it that. So we're coming onto the right side, and we're staying here on the right elbow. The Buddha would be cradling your head, but actually we're going into a little side plank, and I didn't want to say that straight away because then immediately you would have been like, no, I'm not going to do that. So look at your right elbow, make sure it's right underneath the shoulder. You're pressing through the forearm, you even press the fingers down into the floor. This is one of those where I need to talk you through again because not available to me. So if you're collapsing into the shoulder, this is no good. You need to really press out of the shoulder. So this is one option, you stay here, right? Option 2, you just have fun with it. The legs are bent and you're like, ta-da, here I am, right? This would be awesome, just look gorgeous. Then some of us are like, no, I want to work hard. Then you straighten your legs, you stack your feet, and you lift your hip up off the floor. Again, not available to me, but it might be to you, right? You would come into a forearm side plank, and then the last thing would be lifting left arm and left leg. I know you're probably laughing at me right now saying, yeah, right, but maybe it is available, right? Now, as you do all of that, say to yourself, hold on, I'm running out. I speak from the heart. That's what we're going to do. I speak from the heart. Are you pressing into that right forearm? What's going on in the side body? Don't collapse in your shoulder. And then slowly slowly come down, come onto your back, hug the knees into the chest. Maybe moan and groan. I speak from the heart. And then in your own time, roll over to your left, right, and set up in reclined Buddha. By the way, if you have a bolster and you're like, I don't want to do side plank, side forearm plank, you could have a bolster underneath your armpit, right, and rest here and just go into your looking fabulous, right? I speak from the heart. Or make sure elbow is right underneath the left shoulder. You're pressing into the forearm and the hand, the fingers, right? You're not collapsing into the shoulder. You could straighten your legs. You can stack your feet. You can then press into that forearm using your obliques as you come into your forearm side plank. And if that brings you joy, bring the right arm up into the sky and maybe lift the top leg, the right leg, right? Maybe. Make sure you're breathing. Maybe smiling. Relax your tongue. Soften your throat and your jaw if you can here, right? When you come down, come back onto your back, hug the knees into the chest. Rock a little bit from side to side, Apanasana. Okay, so I just want to give you the heads up. We're making our way now into our inversions, right? And we're starting with bridge pose, and maybe if you have a shoulder stand practice, you could go into shoulder stand and or plow. Now we really like plow here for the thyroid, for that Vishuddha chakra, because it squeezes the thyroid and activates the thyroid, right? But that's up to you. I can talk you through, but let's first start with bridge. So come onto your back, the arms are alongside the body, the feet close to the buttocks, right? And you're like, oh, just hanging out. You have nothing underneath the head, right? You press into your feet, into your shoulders, you lift the hips high into bridge pose. And you just see how that feels today. And remember, in Settavandasana, bridge pose, right? The chest is actually coming up towards the chin. It's not the chin coming down towards the chest. So it's a chest opener, a back bend, right? You can wiggle the elbows closer in towards the midline. Some of us could hold onto ankles. Some of us can make fists underneath the body. Relax the tongue, soften your throat and your jaw. So you can hold bridge pose. You could also make it a restorative bridge pose with a block underneath the sacrum. You could do legs up the block. You could do legs up the wall. You could do a shoulder stand. We talked about that, I think, last week. Yes, last week we did. Choose your inversion. What is right for you? Relax your tongue, soften the throat and your jaw. Affirmation that we're going to use here for the next 5 rounds of breath in our inversion is, I am comfortable in silence. I'm comfortable in silence. For those of you who want to come out of your inversion already, that's fine, right? You could already make your way out the same way you came in. And We're going into fish pose next. If you know the traditional fish pose without props, you can go into that already. But I want to talk about the supported fish pose. Now last week we've done with the pillow along the spine. So if this is what you need, great, do that one. But I want to offer this one where the blanket and or pillow comes underneath the shoulder blades, right? So when you slowly make your way out of your inversion, and I'm not rushing you, so you just get there. You place the blanket across your mat so that your shoulder blades are being supported, right? You come in front of your prop, and you make sure that the tops of the shoulders are in line with the top of your prop. Now, if you have vertigo, right, don't let your head drop. Have a block, I don't know where it is right now. Okay, have a block or pillow so you won't drop your head, right? But if you kind of dig that, you like that, you can have a little flexion here because your fish pose is the counter pose to your Savangasana, your shoulder stand, right? Now, legs could do anything. You could do a cobbler, could have the legs bent, you could even have the knees fall into one another. The important part is that you open your chest, your heart, your shoulders. Stay here, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the Vishuddha chakra, the throat chakra. So breathe into the thyroid, into that energy place right there by the base of your throat. The fifth chakra, the fifth main chakra in the body. The sound vibration is hum. This is the place of communication. Things that are being said, that are not being said, things that should be said, maybe things that were said and shouldn't have been. This is the place of you feeling, being heard, your voice being heard. The pure place, the truth. Sky blue right here at this chakra. 16 petals, 16 lotus petals. It's all about ether and space, sound, your throat, your tongue, your mouth, ears, neck, shoulders, arms, hands, thyroid, and collarbones. If you love fish pose and you're like, ooh, this is where it's at, this is where I want to stay here. If you're like, nope, I want to do another asana and or come into a traditional shavasana, make your way into your shape of shavasana. The easiest way to come out is to roll over to one side, resting there for a moment, and then transition into whatever you need to go into. As you make your way into your shape of shavasana, we're going to do bee's breath, but just with our voice, not with the mudra, right? Not with the hands. So get comfortable. And bee's breath, of course, is Brahmari breath. And you inhale fully, you exhale fully, right? And you either hum or buzz. So it's either sounds like this, or like like this. And you exhale as long as you can until you have nothing left in your lungs, right? We're going to do 5 rounds here as we're settling into our Shavasana. So we don't have to wait on one another. You just go 5 rounds right here. Close your eyes and vibration in your throat and your body. Remember, this energy center is about the sound. Rest here. My truth is love. If you're staying for the 15 to 20 minutes in your Shavasana, wonderful, enjoy. Think sky blue and hum and sound vibration right there in the throat. Takes the parasympathetic nervous system about 15 to 20 minutes just to be activated. So stay and enjoy. The rest of us, we can already bring awareness back to the breath, and to the physical body. And just for a moment, giving thanks to that body. And rolling over to one side, you decide which side that will be. If you need more energy, roll to your left. Slowly making your way up into a seated position of choice. Once we come up, find a nice tall spine. Inhale the arms out and up and bring the hands into prayer. As you exhale, pull the prayer to your forehead as a reminder of pure thoughts. Inhale fully here As you exhale, pull the prayer to your mouth as a reminder of pure speech. Inhale fully, and as you exhale, pull the prayer to your heart as a reminder of pure intention. Om Shanti Shanti. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day. I catch up with some of you online. I got to turn the recording off. The recording will be posted on YouTube, just for if you want to do it again. Thank you, Kathy.